Good morning. How are you today? Today's video is going to be about how to train yourself to see food as fuel. So I'm Kelsie Michaud, for those of you who don't know me, and I help people gain control of emotional eating to feel healthy and confident as they make peace with food and their body. Hi Janet, how are you? Thanks for coming on. So just as a little reminder, I am available this week. I have 4 spots open this week for complimentary consultations at the moment, and that's where we just dive on the phone for about 30 minutes or so, and we can dive really deep into your own health and weight goals, and I can show you how I can take you from where you are now to where you'd like to go. So as far as training ourselves to see food as fuel, for about as long as I can remember, I was always told, to eat until I was finished. I'd have to be stuck sitting at the table until I finished everything on my plate. Hi, Debbie. And I'm curious, was that something you grew up with? Is that something you were told, or do you find yourself telling your kids that too? And for my entire life, great meals have been just a means of celebration and just an expression of love and just a part of life where we would get together. And, with all that being said, I've also had my fair share of, body image issues. There have been times where I've wished that, I didn't enjoy food so much or eating so much. And I've been known to emotionally eat while, during celebration. And I've even given into my cravings. And I've genuinely never met a pizza that I didn't love. Hi, Nan, how are you? And for myself, I work out 5 days a week, but I've always wanted to have a healthy relationship with food and not overindulge. So that brings me to a whole bunch of questions. Is it really possible to love food and love your body? What should I be eating, that tastes good, that also feels and fuels my body, that's feeding my body properly? How can I help myself to create this healthier relationship with food? Something that every human being, literally needs to stay alive. We have to eat, right? But we don't want to be, you want to eat to live. You don't want to live to eat. So first thing, we want to switch our mindset to seeing food as fuel and think about what practices or changes that we can take on or we can adopt. So the first step is to just simply bring awareness to why you are reaching for food in the first place. Hi Karen, how are you? Hi April, thank you for coming on. Hey Blake, how are you? So the first step is to just bring awareness to why you're reaching for food in that first place. You have to think am I actually hungry? And why am I reaching for food? These are the 2 most powerful questions that, when it comes to changing your relationship with food, you want to ask yourself. So the food you fuel yourself with is everything, from your energy to your mood to your skin, right down to your personality. All of it starts with what is on your plate. You get to choose how good you get to fuel your body, how good you get to feel. And learning which foods work for your unique body is really essential for optimal performance in every area of your life. So you want to honor where you are and start to tune in with your body. Start to listen to how your body's feeling. Listen to what your body's trying to tell you. A lot of times we don't, because we live in such a fast-paced world that we don't take the time to slow down and actually listen to what our body's telling us and how we're feeling. So the best fuel for you, it may not be the same as it is for someone else. Hi Paula, how are you? So the thing is, everybody's different. So like I said, something that might fuel you or make you feel good may not make somebody else feel as good as well. For example, I could eat something as simple as a banana, and it may upset my stomach, but you could eat it and it might not upset your stomach. So that's how different and how unique we all are, and it's a matter of finding what works best for you and your unique body, which is exactly what I do in my programs with my clients, so that it's all individualized. It's in tune with their unique bodies and figuring out what's best for each individual person, because we're all so different, we're all unique, and that's great. But that's why not everything works. That's why not one diet works for everybody. So hi Marcia, how are you? So there's so many foods out there that are commonly like deemed as healthy, that can actually drain your energy and make you hold on to weight. Like for example, when I go to the grocery store, there's a lot of foods, I'm going down the aisles, and a lot of these packaged products make themselves look and sound healthy. And I've fallen victim to it myself, where I'm like, oh, this sounds great. I'm gonna eat this and bring it home and enjoy it. And now that I've become an actual ingredient label reader, it's a whole new world now, because now I feel like I have been, what's the word I'm looking for? Not lied to, but like they got me. Because a lot of these packages look so healthy and they sound healthy, but when you actually read the ingredient label and see what's really in there, it's not as healthy a product as you might have thought it was. Not always, but a majority of the time what I've come across anyway. Hi Marcia, how are you? Thanks for coming on. So those are some of the things that you want to make sure that you're looking out for. Duped, yes, thank you, Janet. Yes, I feel like I've been duped. I've been lied to. So it's really important to read our labels. I feel like I'm getting off on a whole nother subject, but that is something important to do, because a lot of times, there's so many foods that we think are healthy, or we think we're doing what's right, and then you get so confused and you can't understand why you're not losing the weight, and you get so frustrated, and you think, okay, well, I'm eating all the right foods, when maybe you're not, if you look a little more closely and dig deeper and get into those fine little details of what's really going on and what you're really putting in your body. And these are all things that I help my clients with as well. But that is just something to think about and watch out for. So, there's many foods that are addictive, of course, like sugar and carbs, that can bring about, these just self-destructive habits. And one of the best ways to try to break away from these foods is through practicing mindfulness, elimination, and doing some reintroduction protocols. And this is exactly, again, what I work on with my one-on-one clients, and it leads to just massive transformations in their health and their relationship with food. So mindfulness is, like I mentioned, slowing down, being in tune with your body, slowing down when you eat, not rushing, making sure you're chewing your food really good before you actually swallow it. You don't want to be swallowing any of that whole. For one, you don't want to choke. And two, when you chew your food really well, you're going to have better digestion. If you think about it, it makes perfect sense. It should be obvious, but a lot of times it's not, or we're just in a rush. So if you're chewing your food really well, by the time it gets to your stomach, your stomach and your digestion is not going to have to work as hard to try to process that and wonder, where am I going to put all this? When it's already chewed so well, it's going to be able to digest it really well. Otherwise, some of it can end up turning to fat, which we don't want to happen. So we want to make sure you're just slowing down and chewing your food and being in tune with your body, and breathing. Breathing is part of slowing down. So breathing can actually just make you slow down. Do some nice deep breathing. Even just 3 deep breaths. Just that will get you started and bring you to a calmer pace, or a calmer place, I should say, for your body and before you eat. And then elimination, that means like for my cleanse, for example, it's an elimination diet. So it's not something where you are just drinking juices or shakes all day and starving. It's where you actually eliminate foods that can be irritating, like gluten and dairy and certain fruits and vegetables. But everything that is so good and nourishing for your body is still kept in there. So you're still eating a lot of really good, like lean meats and fish and really good vegetables and fruits and grains and lots of good foods. But what we eliminate, then we can find, that might be causing you some inflammation or some digestive upset. So then you can slowly reintroduce these types of foods like the gluten and the dairy and so on. And then you can really notice how your body, again, you're being in tune with your body and you're being mindful. And then you can really notice how your body feels according to these foods. And then you might find, okay, now this particular food is what was bothering me. This was causing me to have some inflammation or some digestive upset. So now I know I want to stay away from this. Where when we're just going about our days and just eating whatever, it's hard to pinpoint exactly what could be causing some issues within our body or how we feel. So that's what I mean by elimination. And your reintroduction protocols, like I just kind of went through that too. You would slowly reintroduce your foods and you'd be able to pinpoint exactly what's causing you any issues, if any, and then you can create a diet that works best for you. So I hope these tips were helpful, and if you have any questions at all, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And again, I am available for complimentary consultations. That's where we just jump on the phone for about 30 minutes or so, and we can dive a lot deeper, more personally and privately on the phone together and talk about how I can take you from where you are now to where you'd like to go. If maybe you're feeling a little stuck, a little confused, a little frustrated, I could try to help set you on the right path for you. And if you found this information helpful, please feel free to share if you think someone else might find it helpful too, because I'd like to help, as many people as I could. So I hope everyone has a beautiful day. I'm going to hop off and continue with my day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.